Best friends PJ and Josie are two awkward, unpopular lesbians trying to survive life at football-obsessed Rockbridge Falls High School. At the chaotic back-to-school fair, they nervously attempt to flirt with their crushes, the effortlessly cool cheerleaders Brittany and Isabel, but it goes about as well as you'd expect. Total disaster. Things escalate when they spot Isabel in a heated argument with her boyfriend Jeff, the school's obnoxious star quarterback. Hoping to play the heroes, PJ and Josie invite Isabel into their beat-up car for a dramatic escape. When Jeff refuses to move out of their way, they nudge him with the car, leading him to stage an Oscar-worthy performance of fake injury in front of the entire football team. The next day at school, rumors are flying faster than a football on game day. Word on the street is that PJ and Josie spent the summer in juvie. Facing expulsion for Jeff's so-called injury, quick-thinking Josie spins a lie about them practicing for a feminist self-defense club. Somehow, it works. With the ever-scheming Hazel's help, PJ and Josie turn the lie into reality, creating an actual club. Of course, their real motive isn't exactly noble. It's all about getting closer to Brittany and Isabel. They even manage to rope their disinterested history teacher, Mr. G, into being the club's advisor by convincing him it's all about female empowerment. Leaning into their newfound bad girl reputations, PJ and Josie watch the club grow, drawing in more members, including Brittany and Isabel. The self-defense lessons, however, are less about technique and more about everyone beating each other up in gloriously chaotic sessions. Amid the madness, PJ and Josie get closer to their crushes, but their web of lies starts to catch up with them. Jeff's overprotective sidekick Tim begins to suspect that PJ and Josie's juvie story doesn't quite add up. Things take a wild turn when Hazel discovers that her mom, freshly divorced and clearly not making great choices, is sleeping with Jeff. Josie spills the tea to Isabel, who publicly dumps Jeff in a cafeteria showdown for the ages. Fueled by their newfound solidarity, the club takes their revenge to Jeff's house, vandalizing it with reckless abandon. Josie and Isabel almost share a romantic moment during the chaos, but Hazel takes things way too far by blowing up Jeff's car with a homemade bomb. Because why not? As tensions rise, Tim warns Josie to shut the club down, and the members decide to disband to avoid any more trouble. PJ, frustrated and overwhelmed, snaps at Hazel, while Josie and Isabel finally hook up. Meanwhile, PJ kisses Brittany, only to discover Brittany's straight and completely oblivious to PJ's feelings. At the big pep rally before the homecoming game, Tim tricks Hazel into representing the club in a brutal fight against the school's top boxer. Despite her best efforts, Hazel gets beaten badly, and Tim seizes the moment to expose PJ and Josie's lies. The fallout is immediate. Isabel is furious with Josie, PJ and Josie's friendship is on the rocks, and Mr. G dramatically renounces feminism, as if that's the real issue here. Ostracized and humiliated, PJ and Josie hit rock bottom, while Jeff smugly wins Isabel back. Desperate for advice, Josie visits her and PJ's childhood babysitter Rhodes, who drops a bombshell. Huntington High has a twisted tradition of killing a Rockbridge football player during the big game. Realizing Jeff is the target, Josie and PJ put their differences aside, make up with Hazel, and rally the club for one last mission. At the game, chaos reigns as they uncover Huntington's plan. The field's sprinklers are loaded with pineapple juice, which Jeff is deathly allergic to. Hazel attempts to distract the crowd with another homemade bomb, but it's a dud. Thinking fast, she and PJ create a diversion by making out on the sidelines, which somehow works. Meanwhile, Isabel and Brittany rejoin the club, leading a no-holds-barred brawl against the Huntington team. Amid the chaos, Josie heroically carries Jeff to safety just as the sprinklers go off. With most of the Huntington players either incapacitated or worse, Tim pieces together the plot to kill Jeff and turns the crowd's focus on the club, framing them as heroes for saving him. In the aftermath, Josie and Isabel share a romantic kiss, Hazel's bomb finally explodes in the background, and PJ and Josie's chaotic, messy, and oddly inspiring journey comes to a satisfying close.